Welcome to the 𝐥𝐸𝐬𝐬 podcast. Today, we're going to be spotlighting a local real estate agent, and I'm very excited to have the opportunity to speak to two awesome guests about their experience selling their home in the Spokane market. Before we begin, could you introduce yourselves to our audience?
Okay, I'm 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐤, kind of retired, and I was a home builder for many years and tried out a few different occupations, but
Now moving on.
Now moving on, that's right. Okay.
My name's Erlene 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤. This is my husband, Jerome. We've been married for 33 years. I am a nurse, an RN, and
you're moving on too.
And I'm moving on too. But I'll always be a nurse, and that's a great profession that I loved.
Very excited to have you guys here. The main topic I wanted to talk about would be, what was your experience with your real estate agent, April Moore? And, before we dive into that experience working with her, I'd like to know kind of like your backstory. How did you guys get to the position you're in, and, what got you to the point where you wanted to work with April? So, but before we get into that, because
Sure.
I know that's a whole good story right there. Where did you two meet, and when did you guys get married?
Oh,
Well, we met at my job. Jerry was coming in. I was a waitress, and he was coming in each day, and we visited and talked about our story, and
she's making it sound nice, but she wouldn't date customers.
Oh.
So I did quit coming in for quite a while. And then I said, I'm not a customer, so
There you
want to
go.
go out on a date?
Yeah. Love that.
and so yeah, that was 33 and a half years ago.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
That's good.
We've been married 33 and a half years.
That's awesome. So, you guys met 33 and a half years ago. You had to convince her to go out on your first date and everything.
Yeah.
When did you guys, find the property that you just sold, and how long did you have that for?
7 years ago, we thought that was our forever home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just
And-
thought we'd, fix it all up and, and that's it, but, life happens.
That's true. And so in August, unfortunately, things changed and climates changed. And so Jerry had already somehow met April prior to us even getting ready to sell our home.
Oh, really?
And because she had extended family around.
Yeah, I knew her for about a year before, at least. I think her in-laws lived down the road. They had exotic animals on a little farm, like camels and
Oh, okay.
water buffalo and flamingos and stuff. So somehow we met on Facebook. I've been trying to think what that was, and we talked about the camel, and that's how we kind of met, through Facebook. And then my brother was selling his house in Sumner, Washington. She's like, well, let me send you some houses for your brother, which kind of never worked out. And but then when it came to sell our house, I was like, you know what? I'm going to call April. That's who I'm going to call, because she's been so nice on Facebook and stuff and helping out, really sending my brother a lot of houses that I'd view first. And then if I liked them, I'd send it on to him. But he was more interested in having a real estate agent in Sumner, Washington, where he lived at the time. And of course, I was over here. So that's kind of how we met. So, and then when it came to time to sell our house, she was the first person I called.
Yeah, we didn't shop around.
And I'm glad I did. I am
Yes.
so glad I did.
Yes.
Yes.
April is amazing. She has been with us every minute through all this, and she's open to questions night or day. She's
on top of everything.
Yes, and she keeps us informed, and she is an amazing realtor. Anybody that really wants to sell their home, be protected. I mean, because there was a couple things that could have happened, but she said, no, we don't want to do that. I have to watch out over you. And so...
Actually, there was a scam while we were out of town.
Yeah.
Somebody perpetrating a scam on our property, I guess because our name's out there, right? And I'm glad April's previous background is there too, because she seems to be on top of things like that too. And I don't know, people would like to know that she was a retired police officer. I think that's so awesome, and I like her matter of factness, and it's cut and dry. This is the way things are, and she's looking out for you. So I'm glad she has that ingrained in her, and that makes her an awesome real estate agent. But yeah, she called up right away and said, hey, the scam, somebody's trying to cut trees on your property. And they called me, and I don't know, it's $1,000 or something, and some kind of, I don't know what exactly the scam was, but
she took care of it all.
She took care of it
she
right
got
away.
a hold of the
Yeah.
tree cutting business. And she told them, don't you dare let anybody go to that property and cut any trees down.
So yeah, she was on top of that. That was very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, we're a couple 3 hours away. So
So she took care of all of it.
It was nice to know that we could count on her, and really never worried one bit having her as a real estate agent about anything, because she was handling details and handling things, as we spoke about them in our living room, all of a sudden she calls, is like, yep, all right, don't have to worry, she's on it. Okay.
Yeah. And anybody that wants to sell their home, she is fabulous. She just is. Even like our appraisal, she took care of things there, and she sat with me the whole time that the appraisal was going on, and to be there to answer questions of the appraiser.
And she's very personable. We got to know her family and her, life situations that are happening around her house, and she knew ours, and she knew what, we had to move. We had to lose our jobs. I'm pretty much semi-retired, but, Erlene worked for the state, and we lost our jobs because we not very agreeable with the
whole system.
Mandates and policies. So we moved. We decided to sell everything we own, which is one of the greatest things I've ever done, because I had so much stuff and so many things. It's so refreshing not to have stuff no more. So, but it all worked. I mean, April was there. She helped us. It all worked out, and we're moving on to a really exciting new life in South Dakota. So we have family there, and the city of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, is becoming one of the high-tech hubs of many industries, and the town's just been rebuilt, all brand new and beautiful, and so we're looking forward to it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Yeah.
I knew some of the things I wanted to say the last few days. I'm like, oh, what do we say? I'm just mostly that April really just was like there for us, and she handled so much, and that was really the main thing. Is just really made kind of a tough situation, a stressful situation, because we'd never done anything like this before, and she really set us at ease in many ways, and kept encouraging us and telling us not to worry, don't worry, I got this, and that made a big difference.
Yeah. And she fell in love with our dog, too.
Where is your dog?
Well, we left her at home. She's not a morning person.
I was wondering. I was like,
yeah,
"Ew."
me and her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not morning people.
Yeah.
I'm the morning
There,
person.
yeah, I can tell. He's like, where's my coffee?
I know. Well, I always like to work from like 2 to 10 at night. You know, I'm evening shift kind of person.
Yep.
Or just never been a morning person, so
No.
I'd rather work later. You know,
And he still
I've tried
does.
concrete with the lights on, and at night outside. You know, I don't mind working late.
When we first met, one of the things he said to me is, he's like, "Do you wake up like this every day?"
Happy. I think I gave her a Bible quote.
Yes.
Something about,
Your
don't be so
neighbors.
happy in the morning your neighbors won't like it.
Yes.
Or something. It's in Proverbs. And I'm like, she's too happy at 4 o'clock in the morning. And it's a nurse thing too, I guess, because they have to be at work at 6 in the morning. So
Yes. So in that way, we are complete opposites.
yeah, they say opposites attract. Yeah, we are totally opposite. And we laugh about it all the time. Even in the last month. We've laughed about it several times.
I know.
So anyway.
That's awesome. That's really funny. I'd like to revisit, kind of like the experience of selling your home, and the amount of time that you guys have spent at your guys' home, and working with April, and everything that had to go into that whole experience. If you could summarize, if you're going to tell somebody, hey, based on my experience, this is who I would go with. Why would you say that, and how would you tell someone that?
Some real estate agents I find a little greedy and a little, she's about doing things right. And I have a lot of moral character, and my faith, and I see some of that in her, where she's more about, let's do the moral right thing. Let's hire professional people, the right people, to do the job also. And, and the money comes then after that, that's kind of my belief, is do right, do good, work hard, and the money will come. But, people, I don't know, real estate agents can be, or salespeople can be a bit more about the money and not about, hey, what's going on in your life? How do I work around this? How can I handle this professionally and right? And that's why I hire her, because it's about getting you the money, the right things, but it's also, let's do this right. Let's do this ethically. And let's not waste a bunch of time. Let's do it matter of fact, get it done. I'll be there for you. Call me about anything. And we did. And she was never bothered by it or had other things. She stopped everything. She handled it. Man, I've been through a few real estate agents. I was a home builder and stuff. So I kind of been around real estate agents all my life. And I would only work with April at she's been the best one I've seen. So
yeah, and the people that she brought into our lives were ethical, and they were professional, and they were kind. Each person, she brought in cleaners. She brought in a photographer, and so each person that she brought into our lives were all wonderful people. And that meant a lot to us.
She works with good people.
Yeah, that meant a lot to us too.
And that's important too. You just don't pick Joe Schmo because he's available. She works with good people. She has a base, and that's important too.
And everything that she recommended to us, it all fell into place, and she gave good advice, very good advice. And so we were blessed in that way.
Yeah, I'm so happy, and then, I got to rebuild the boat last winter, and that was really fun to do. And I sold that just couple months ago, or about 2 months ago, in the auction of the property or the sales of the property and all the stuff on the property. So, but that was my little thing, is building stuff now in the garage, rebuilding it and selling it. And I hope to continue that in South Dakota a little bit, but it's so nice not to have all those tools and all that. It's such a relief not to have stuff, because you're always worried about your stuff getting taken or who borrowed it or blah, 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 blah. And yeah, it's so nice not to have it. It's really a big relief. So I'm glad we did it.
Good.
Me too.
Well, that's awesome. Again, thank you guys.
I kind of got long-winded there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was
You
perfect.
edit.
Yeah.